How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a video on Arduino programming, where I'm going to be taking you through a flashing LED. I'm going to show you the code and also the wires and putting everything in. So as you can see over here, I have a large breadboard and my Arduino board. Today we're going to be using a Arduino MKR 1000. This is going to be our Arduino board that we're using. So as you can see on the board, there are all these readings on this side. This is the side we're going to be using. It has 5 volts, VIN, VCC, don't worry about those. Then it has ground. Ground is very, very important, as that's where the negative part of the circuit always goes in. Reset, don't worry about. And then from 14 to 16, these are all the pins that we're going to be using. We don't have to worry about these letters next to them. We'll go through those in a later video. So for now, we're going to be doing the flashing LED. So in your code, every code has these two things. Void setup, open bracket, close bracket, and then this bracket, and then it does it for you. And then underneath that, space it out so that it's more organized for yourself. Void loop. So whatever we put underneath here, that's what's going to be repeated. Right. So now, if we look back over to the board, I'm going to explain how the breadboard works. So this is the breadboard, this white board underneath it. So all these 1 to 30, go horizontally, and that these, like, one line is connected. They're not connected across, so you have to connect across if you want that. But one line is connected and one line is connected. So, and on the side of the board, this plus and minus for positive and negative, these will run vertically, and this whole line of positive is all connected and this whole negative line is connected. So I'll show you how we can use that later on. But for now, I'm going to make a flashing LED in a simple circuit. So first of all, we're going to have our positive wire, which will be connected to pin 14. That's the pin we're going to be using for this LED, and then you can plug it in anywhere there. Now, for every LED, you need to have a resistor. This is what resistors look like. So they're little small bits of insulation that slow the flow of energy, because otherwise you're going to burn out your LED. So the reason we don't put it across like this is because otherwise the electricity is just going to flow straight through, and it's not this resistor isn't going to actually resist anything. So we put it across. We can put it like that, and then here is our LED. We are going to use a red LED. As you can see, the wires on the LED, it has one long one and one short one. So the long one always goes on the positive side and the short one on the negative side. So this, once again, we can put in there. Also not on the same line, because otherwise it's not going to work. So across lines, and long one on the positive side. And then we're going to have our negative wire, which we can connect in line with the negative wire of the LED. You can see there. And then this is going to go into ground. As I said before, ground is always the negative one. We're not going to put that in yet. I'm going to show you the code first, and then we can do the flashing LED. So in void setup, we're going to tell the machine which pin is the one we are using. So pin mode, open bracket, we're using pin 14. So pin 14, comma, and then output in all caps. The capital letters and not capital letters are very important, as if you do it wrong, then they won't work. Okay, then after every line you put a semicolon. That's all we're going to do in setup. Then under void loop, this is what we want to be repeated. So here we're going to tell our LED what's on and what's off. So here we're going to put digital right, digital, and then right with a capital, open bracket, 14, comma, all in caps, high. So high is what the machine understands as on. So think of it like that. High is when the light's going to be on, and then low will be when it's off. So for how long it's going to be on or off, we put delay, open bracket, and then Arduino runs in milliseconds, so thousandths of a second. So if we put 1000, then that'll be 1 second. If we put 500, it'll be half a second. So we're going to do half a second on and half a second off. Then for low or off, you just put the same thing, digital right, open bracket, same, 14, all in caps, low, close bracket, and then also once again delay for 500 milliseconds or half a second. Okay, now we verify our code just to make sure that it's all good, done compiling. Then we upload it to the board. And by the way, when you're connecting the board to the computer, you must have a communication cord, because at first I tried to use a charging cable that charges my portable chargers and things like that, and it didn't work. So if you want to check that, you go up into tools and you go to port and you choose the correct port. And if it's not showing up, then you know you don't have the right connecting cable. Okay, so now that is uploaded. So if we look back over to the board, then we can plug in the negative wire. And there we go. As you can see, the LED is flashing on and off for half a second on and half a second off. Alright. Now, I'm going to show you how to put in 2 LEDs. So, it's pretty simple. We're just going to add another pin. So we put in pin mode. Pin mode. Open bracket, and we'll use 13 this time. And then full caps, output, same as the previous one, semicolon. Then in void loop, we're just going to do the same thing. Digital right, open bracket, we're using pin 13. So now we want it to be on, remember, all caps, high for a delay of, we'll put it on the same. Now they will be going at the same time. So both of them on and off at the same time. And then we have to add in the low for the other LED, 13 low, and then delay of 500 milliseconds. There we go. Now we just need to put the wires in all correctly. Okay, so now if we go over to the board, remember I described these lines as the whole line's negative and the whole line positive. So now we can use that. If we put a negative pin in here and then we put it into ground, as all negatives go. Now when we put our LEDs in, so let's remember we had red was 14, and also remember always to have your resistors. So our red was 14 in there, so we'll put our red with the longest wire first in there, and then we'll have in 13 our second LED, which can be yellow. Also in there with the resistor, of course, a resistor per LED across the line, and then with the wires in there. Now these LED wires are safe to bend. I'm just not bending them as I find it more organized. There. And now, because we have our negative wire in here, if we just connect this line into this negative line like that, so see now this negative, remember these lines are connected, so that now that goes into here and that goes into the negative, and then we do the same for the other one in there. Okay, so now we have our code over here. So if we upload our code, it's uploading. And there we go. So I was wrong actually about them going at the same time. They go on and off and then on and off. So if we want to change it so that when this one's on, this one's off, and then they swap like on and off, this is how we'll do it. So pretty much for off, we have no delay on both of them. You don't have to have any zeros there, but we can just leave it like that. So now if we upload this, done uploading, now you see they go on and off and on and off, like one after each other, alternating. And then we can change this and make them longer so that it's 1 second and 1 second, or 1 second and 2 seconds on the other one. So now if we see this, just gonna upload. Now it's done uploading. Oh, sorry, my bad. I put it on off for 2 seconds. So if we put it on for 2 seconds or high, that's what I meant to do. My bad. Now you can see the yellow is on for 2 seconds, which is longer than the red, which is on for 1 second. Finally, before I finish the video, I just want to show you one more thing that makes it much more organized, that makes your code much more organized. So if we come up to the top, we say hashtag define. Now we know that our 14 one is red. So if we put red in there, this is like the name of that LED. And then we tell it it's pin 14. and then we do the same for the yellow one, which is pin 13. And now, just so that we don't have to remember that, wait, which one was 14 again? Which color was 14? Oh, okay. Now, we can just write red in there and green there. So now it just makes the code much easier just to read and to understand. So thank you for watching. Remember to like the video if it helped you, and if you enjoyed and want to see more, remember to subscribe for some more Arduino programming videos. See ya!